Hang on.
Okay. For those of you who have been following this saga of dealing with eBay, and this all started with me, a neighbor asking me while I was selling parts for my dad to go ahead and sell some Corvette parts for him because he had these things sitting in his garage that he had bought new 20 years ago. So I had brand new Corvette latches in box, and I am a new eBay seller, and I didn't really know about all the things that can happen to you. The seller paid happily, and then he waited 10 days after receiving the items, or the buyer rather, waited 10 days after receiving the items to suddenly file a claim. Now, I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. These were brand new parts. So I said, look, I mean, if you're talking about like something too subtle for me to see, I understand that. I'll take them back. So please send some pictures. He did, and they did not appear to be the same parts. I mean, not even close. So I did some research, and I found some articles in The Guardian about how eBay is creating an atmosphere. And those of you who've been following this thing on YouTube and on Facebook know what I'm talking about these articles, that every step along the way, eBay has simply just decided for the seller without looking at any evidence. And every time I called them, I get somebody in India who used a name like Steve, who would read from a script. And there was no intelligence or anything. I eventually got a hold of somebody, again, using a pretty strange name. I assume an overseas person, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I'm looking for the win in that situation. And they seemed sympathetic, and they said they were going to forward this to the fraud department, but I have no evidence that they've actually done anything and no assurance. So everything so far is looking exactly like what the Guardian article said, that these buyers know exactly what eBay is going to do, and they know that they can mess this up with impunity. I'm hoping I'll open this up and suddenly see, oh, yeah, these are the parts I recognize, and I see what he's talking about, and I see how I could have missed it, but I don't really believe that's going to happen. And besides, from this experience so far, I already know that I cannot trust eBay. I don't know how I'm going to possibly sell anything else through eBay without feeling like I'm going to get taken by the next guy. So here we go. I don't know if you can see this. This is definitely the business. They are an automobile repair shop and customizer, I guess. This is going to... It was Suite B that I sent it to, but it's coming from Suite A, and Suite A is this business. And the owner of the business, his name is Lou, but the last name is something else. So maybe they got two Lou's working there. I have no idea. So let's see what shape this is in. Already I can see it's boxed very well, and that's promising. I just really hope I'm dealing with somebody that's honest and that this is all just a mistake. Even though eBay is already like, there's no way I don't see how eBay can make this right, because the next guy that comes along is just going to know that they can do whatever they want, and eBay is automatically not going to waste their resources and their money on actually researching the case. That's kind of bad because, it's a large company and it appoints itself judge and jury, and then it doesn't do the due diligence, which is why I'm thinking about using some contacts and seeing if we can get a series of articles written by some major newspapers in this area, in this side of the pond, as they say, and start highlighting this. I mean, obviously, consumer protection right now in the United States is going to be at an all-time low. Okay, there, I got that off safely. Here we go. And by the way, I'm a 55-year-old IT guy, and, we're doing pretty well. I'm not exactly in the business of concocting fantastic schemes to rip somebody off. Okay, it's packed exceedingly well. That's very hopeful. And already I see these are the original boxes, and the boxes appear to be in good condition. Well, good enough. I don't think they were... I mean, that's not bad. I couldn't notice any difference between the boxes that I shipped and these boxes. So let's see what the parts look like. Ooh, he wrapped them inside the box, which is something that I didn't do, which is another good sign. And well, these look pretty good. There's a couple of scratches, and I don't think they were there. Let's see, if I hit it in this light, you can't see them. But if I go like this, you can. I don't think I would have let this go with those scratches on it, but these look pretty good. Let's see the other one. Nope. This wasn't there. Look at this big gouge. Mm-hmm. I think I can show. Well, the only thing I can figure is that either I'm crazy or this guy installed it. Doesn't look like it though. The action seems a little bit better than I remember. And these guys right here, these gouges, this has been used. This is not the same one. This has definitely been used. This is not the same part. You can see that something's been stuck in here. And I can show from the pictures, yep, this guy's a scammer. So he had fairly nice, yeah, you know, I noticed that my latches didn't move this freely. And I would have caught these scratches. And I've got pictures good enough to show that they weren't there. But the real damning part of this to me is these right here. This has been used in a car. A convertible top has been pushed down here. So this guy is a fraud. These are in pretty good shape though. Why would he go to all this trouble just for this? I mean, you could still... Why? I mean, for the difference that he could have sold these for, he could have avoided a lot of trouble. But yeah, these aren't the same parts. I mean, these have been on a car. Let's see if this one is the same thing. Yeah. Holy shit, yeah. Pardon my language. I can see inside these things, there are scratches. These are used parts. These are not new parts. And my parts were new in box. So he gave me the box back, but he substituted the parts with something else. So... looks like we're going to have to file a claim. And we will see people who are following this exactly how eBay is going to respond. And we'll keep after this. It's only $100. I can waste $100 on dinner, I guess. But, you know, this is like for the future of whether any of you should ever use eBay again. If sellers with impunity know that they can just go ahead and swap out... parts and just hope they can get away with it, then there's no point in eBay. All right, I'll let you know as things continue. Thanks. Until next time.